podcast character designs done by Demon Artie. Be sure to follow her over on Twitter at ArtieDemon. Welcome everyone back to the Crimson 15 podcast. I'm your host, Crimson Sen.
PCA.
ATIP454.
Be sure to check us out over on Twitter at C15 Podcast. Join the discussion over on Discord, link in the description below. And if you're enjoying the videos, be sure to sub, like, share, and hit that bell for notifications. Now, the second trailer, we're doing Lower Decks, and you know how we felt about Lower Decks. It's a 30-second trailer. I didn't think 30 seconds could irritate me as bad as this does.
It did.
It's the first thing we see some like quick action scenes. We see a big giant gorilla monster thing, which was from the original series.
Yeah.
So they do a lot of that, and then like remember that from the original series? That's all over it. They make it
we're
stupid.
Gonna get so much more of that. We're gonna get so much more of that this season.
Remember when that monster was gumming Brad, and they just sat there and just let it happen?
Yeah, no,
so
don't
disturbing.
remind me.
Like, what if it killed him?
You didn't
You
know
still
what
could have
to do.
suffocated him.
I know.
Oh yeah, and it's like getting oh god. So then we get the line of dialogue from Mariner. So we're doing sci-fi stuff today. Pause it. I want real, honest to God Trek fans. Did you laugh? Did you think that was funny?
No.
It's not funny.
Okay, there's always a moment when I watch Star Trek that makes me feel like immersed into the story and into this world.
that pulls you out.
That pulled me out so hard. I didn't want to see anymore.
That line works in one situation in a science fiction setting. The characters from the past. Then they're in the future, oh, whoa, doing cool sci-fi stuff. Because to them, it's just science.
Yeah. Yes.
But to that person who has no idea what's going on, that would be science fiction. It's the only time that line would work.
Exactly.
Mariner knows what they're doing. It's just science.
That would be like me getting up in the morning, talking to you. Oh, I'm glad I'm in this slice of life situation. What are you talking about?
It's your life. You just go. I wonder what kooky adventures are going on today.
I know.
So, is this some type of weird fourth wall thing? And people try to say the show isn't canon. Well, they've never said that.
No.
So it's 100%
It's
canon.
So far.
It's 100%.
Yeah, people making fools of themselves. They never would.
And then there's some I want to say stuff that's not necessarily hokey, but it is a little weird. Like when what's face became the Traveler. Yeah, it's a little weird, but again, we don't know everything that exists in outer space. But then there's a scene where what's his face, the first in command's like shooting magic rainbows out of his hands. What the hell is this?
I don't know.
If that's not the holodeck, that makes me all stupid.
Ransom
his name.
So he's literally spinning around shooting rainbows out of his
and then you've
hands.
seen a bunch of explosions. A bunch
Is
of
that
weird
because
stuff.
LeVar Burton reading Rainbow? I'm like, I don't know at this point.
What is the connections to anything?
No, nothing.
This trailer's 30 seconds. And it's just the most. None of this is funny.
No.
None of this is
We
working.
haven't got to Riker yet. Oh my goodness.
No, we haven't got to the worst part
So,
yet.
they're fighting, and then things that are like, remember that kind of like it's like a it reminded me of American Gladiators, but when Riker wore like that red armor, it was like that sport. There's Mariner, she's wearing it.
And then what
Remember
makes
that?
it sad because in the original Next Generation, Riker fights his dad because they have a beef with each other.
And the dad was cheating the whole time.
Yeah.
And he's like,
but he realizes he's older now that he was cheating. See, that was a poignant point. Now we're making fun of it.
Oh, it's a big stupid joke. Remember that scene about a father and son and how they didn't see eye to eye and it was like a heart-to-heart moment?
Yeah.
Let's make a big joke out of it.
So you think they're gonna make a joke about it, make it where it's the daughters? So it'll be
No,
her-
I want her to be fighting Riker and I want her to whoop his ass and make a damn joke out of him. And then she teabags him at the end. That's all I can expect out of this show.
And then looks at the
right?
then looks at the camera and says deuces.
Yeah, then Riker's father's already sheds a tear.
No, literally, she's talking to us, and they're like, "Who are you talking to?" Oh, nothing. Like she's so good, she knows she's on the show.
Or even better, I want Riker to be doing this, like showing someone how to do it. Oh, but here's a woman that showed me all my moves, and he gives all the praise to Mariner. That's the kind of writing that exists in this show.
I love it.
It's so stupid and dumb.
And then she proceeds to beat the living hell out of him, and then he thanks her for the opportunity for the ass
For
whooping.
getting beat
I
up.
can't.
That's what I get from this. Wasn't it funny?
It's so bad.
Oh my goodness.
And then there's like,
Then there's like again lots of quick action.
Then
You know, we
she's
see
like-
those are Cardassians.
It looks like a Cardassian.
Those are
and then
Cardassians.
she's wearing like
And she's all like
workout clothes.
Yeah, totally
Like
looks like-
basketball clothes. What is that?
I'm like going through this like frame by frame. Yeah, she's totally wearing basketball clothes, like gym shorts
Like yeah, she went like somehow.
and giant. Like what's this guy? Do you know this alien? I don't know what that alien.
I
is.
have no idea what that
So it's like a big giant monster thing. It's stupid.
Oh, what's his name? Got his thing back.
Yeah, he got his implant back, which is nice because remember he got it ripped out of
But
his
he
head.
lost all his memories.
He
though.
got his groove back.
So Mariners in the brig again.
Again.
No, they could be testing. Remember last time they were like the ones that
Yeah.
were doing the things, and then I forget her name, the green one. She's the only one I like, kinda.
Yeah, they're
She's
Orion.
kind and sweet, but she's also so innocent. It makes no sense that she's in Starfleet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She has the innocence of like a 7-year-old girl, but she's a woman.
And not only that, being her race, she is Orion. That and her planet is not exactly family friendly. Like how could she be so?
The only
How
thing-
can you be so naive?
Naive.
The only thing missing is Bullinger. I bet he's having the time of his life. Who wants to guess how funny it would be that he's not having the time of his life? I'm a writer for
And I
Lower
guarantee
Decks.
that's the next scene. They didn't edit that together. That's the next scene in this episode.
So then it cuts to Bullinger screaming like a complete effing puss.
He's a lieutenant. Come on. And I like the fact that I'm glad the fact Bullinger's trying to advance in Starfleet.
No.
But don't act like an idiot.
Look at this face.
Yeah, I know.
I know.
Look at this dummy.
Why are they wearing different uniforms? Why would people in the Titan have different uniforms than the people in the Cerritos?
Because they're just
That's
cool
weird.
like that.
They even do that in Discovery too.
Yeah,
It's
I know.
so weird.
Everyone has
They
different
have
uniforms.
station uniforms. They have.
So remember when Brad in the last episode, he was kind of confident talking to those other cadets, like he was the one that was in charge because he was like seniority. Oh, we got this one back again. I remember that little tiny bit of growth. We're back to this because this is funny because he's a white guy. Let's let him scream like an idiot.
I know, right?
So he's screaming because they're under attack, and then Riker.
The best part.
This is the worst part of this.
Then he's like, "Oh, this jam session has too many licks and not enough whatevers." What does that even mean? The only way this makes sense is that this is a training program, and then of course Riker's like being an idiot because he knows it's all fake.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
This is fake.
So there's a thing that Riker liked jazz. Okay, we get that. He would listen to his room. He would kind of talk about jazz. Every time we've seen him in Lower Decks, which isn't very often, he's always making music references.
All the time.
All the time. So you would think that's what he did in Next Generation, like he was constantly making music references.
You never know.
And it never happened. So why are they stuck on Riker making jazz
They
references?
think it's funny.
So make it so that the writers must have watched the episode and thought, that is really funny that he brings up jazz. Let's make that his whole
I'm
his
going to say right
character."
now, the people that wrote Rick and Morty have only watched a handful of Star Trek episodes. They have to,
Or
because
they
you can't be this
or
stupid.
they watched it all.
They watched it all because their dad watched it and it irritated them, so now they get to make fun of it.
Yeah, one or the other.
Well, it's kind of like the guy who did Thundercats Roar. Oh, my brother loved it, so you had to destroy the thing your brother loved. I'm thinking the same kind of way of thinking.
Probably.
Because they're being attacked by, they're going towards like a wormhole, and there's like these little ships coming after them. I don't recognize these ships, but yeah, this is the effing Titan. This is a badass ship they can throw down. Yeah. So I don't know what's going on here. And yeah, it's coming out in August. And I tell you, there's a 30-second trailer. It's ridiculous.
It's probably the worst thing I've seen when it comes to Star Trek in a while. And that's saying something.
Lower Decks is it's just a group of people who hated Trek, like low-key hated it, and now they're gonna just crap all over it
and say that they like it.
Because you could do funny episodes, or like when I was just talking about this in general. I remember they would do Trek little parodies in Family Guy and American Dad.
But that was fine.
Like, when they all go out to eat and they're like, let's all order food together, like all stuffed into a car.
Yeah.
That's a funny little joke. It's 3 seconds long and it's over. This is a never-ending joke where it's like, okay, we get it. Let the dogs off. Like, you just set the hounds loose. Let's rip this show apart. And they never stop ripping it apart.
Sad, I love animation and I love telling stories in different ways. And this is going to hurt going forward, telling these different stories of a franchise I love if it's a cartoon version. It just does. It does.
Because I would really hate for someone who's like, I just love Rick and Morty and Pickle Rick's the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. They watch this and think, that's so funny. And then they go and watch an episode of Deep Space Nine. And they're like, okay, where's the funny? Where's the over-the-top slapstick stupidness? And they never find it, and they end up hating Trek.
You're telling me you look at Pale Moonlight, it was one of my favorite episodes of Deep Space Nine ever, compared to this. Mm-hmm. It's not even the same galaxy.
I know, we can live in a world where you can have two things, but if you only could pick one, no one who actually loves Trek is picking Lower Decks.
Nope,
no one.
never.
You can't.
Never.
You secretly have to hate it.
And also that one joke about the sci-fi thing. I want a fan to come out and say they like that joke.
That fits Trek so perfectly.
Yeah, I want. Someone...
I think Gene Roddenberry crawled out of the grave, wrote that line, and then killed himself, and then so you wouldn't have to hear it read.
I know, right?
But it was still in his heart, and he had to tell everyone about it.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If you were told me I had to pick one Star Trek series, I would think really hard about Next Generation and Deep Space Nine. It would be hard. This, if it was between these two, we wouldn't need no contest.
This can go in the
Lower
fire.
Decks is below Discovery.
Oh, by far.
Oh, yeah.
Lower Decks is below the original animated series.
Lower Decks is an Upper Decker.
Yeah, they call it Star Trek Upper Decker.
I will say, I've watched all the animated series, and there was good episodes in there. There were. There were. There's nothing that's
There's
interesting.
nothing good about
Season
this.
1 of Enterprise is better than Lower Decks.
Yeah, I'd rather watch that 1,000 times.
Yeah, and the thing is, I hate the fact that Enterprise gets crap. Those last 2 seasons were amazing. Everyone can go.
But the
F
problem is it
themselves.
took so long to get there.
Yeah, but this
yes.
isn't gonna ever get better. It's never
No.
gonna get better.
You have hope in the first Star Trek, Next Generation first season. You have hope.
Yeah, there's no
there's
hope.
no- there's no hope
none-
here.
Oh, these characters are interesting if they just mold
Yes,
it right.
mold it right, yeah.
There's no molding here. Mariner's a psychopath.
Killing her crew members.
That whole
Yeah.
thing, she had a fantasy of murdering everyone in her crew, and that was a good session. I got something out of my system. I never want to work with you ever again.
Get outta
I can
here.
understand. Let's play a game of basketball or even like a boxing match. No, you want to murder me, like actually slit my throat.
And you literally made holodeck characters and murdered the entire crew of the Cerritos.
And then on top of that, made one of your best friends feel like crap by treating her kind of racistly.
Yo, yeah, be
Oh,
that,
'cause you're Orion,
Yeah,
yeah.
you're that sexy pirate lady who wants you to start killing and
And
murdering like your people do.
She goes, Mariner, don't do that to me. That's offensive to me. I don't do that.
But she didn't care. She didn't
No,
feel bad. It didn't
no,
matter
no.
because this is about making her feel better.
Yeah.
Even if it was the.
Exactly.
Anyways, August, here it comes.
Oh,